Wee! Wee! Whoa, whoa, hey, okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello, welcome. Oh, hold on. Let me just get off this thing. God, I can't sit down. Hold on. There we go. Okay. No, I can't see. Come on, out the way. I can't even move this fella. Move! Oh, God. Oh, no, I'm back on the thing. No. How do I despawn this? Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, that's... God. Oh, dear. Hello there, and welcome back to the Community Roundup. This is the last one of the year, and it's the last one that I'll be hosting, but more on that later. First up, I'll just remind everybody about the ENCHANTMENT Minecraft Animation Collab that's still ongoing. The deadline is December 24th, so there's about 3 weeks or so left to submit your entry. Again, please make sure it's no longer than 10 seconds, and name the file as the name that you'd like to be credited as in the video. You can check all the details in the announcement video that was made by Mont. I'll link that below and on screen. Next up are the Snowy Mountains Render Challenge results. Now this was definitely the hardest one that we've ever had to pick a winner because there were just so many good ones that people sent in, so congrats. Blender Tacos caught our eye right away with the unique setting and the heavy contrast lighting. It looked very cool. Quint1220's had a lot of motion to it and some nice looking ski assets. Royal Iams gave off a pretty strong Skyrim vibe, and so did Stacy Bluebirds with the impressive dragon rig, and it had some nice kind of golden hour lighting in there too. David Finter's was visually very cool, and the characters had some unique fantasy designs. Hayden Liu's reminded me of what an actual snowy blizzard would look like, so that was cool. Blazy's had a lot of story going on, being trapped in the snow and the goat was going crazy. Newbie Danoob featured a really nice Minecraft truck model, and both Diamond Blazers and Historias featured some very pretty lighting. But our favourite render goes to TijnM. They had really great lighting, great composition, some cool custom skeletons, pretty snow particles, and just generally had a really good vibe overall. Ow, I just punched the table. Ow, my finger. So congratulations to Time for winning. However, since this is the last roundup, there's the last render challenge for the time being. But as it's the last one, I'll just show every single render that was entered into the render challenges. Thank you everyone for taking part in the render challenges. It's been really nice to see people improve from like challenge to challenge. It's been a lot of fun, so thank you. Up next are the community creations that were shared in our Discord server in November. Yes, November. Pixels Animation released the trailer for the fan-made Songs of War Season 2 by the Knights of Ardonia. Agent Secret 24 reanimated a classic Minecraft animation from the legendary Slamacow to celebrate 10 years of his channel. Crafty ID made another Alex and Steve animation, but this time it was about an abandoned village. The MC Master 132 shared another installment to their Murder Mystery series. Dino posted a cute 2D animation involving a snowman and their shenanigans. Vallock23 created a Halloween. I can't say Halloween. Create a Halloween animation with voice acting, which is pretty cool. Be sure to check it out. Lone Wolf Animations made a Bed Wars animation which had a lot of exciting moments in it. Lightning Reel Studios released a short animation about some riddles. And Amadion, I think that's how you pronounce it, put together a really intense fight animation between an animator and animation. That one's very cool. And here are a few creations that people shared in our Discord server. Next up are the new patrons that pledged during November. Thank you very much to David Cowland, Kaput Gosling 902, Pixels Animation, Lukecraft240, Veglore, Winterlong Night, Poseidon Air, Your Gloss, Lef Zibli, Wildcat15, Cayenne Pepper, Dracorian, Jacob Sweet, and Raymond Merkel. Thank you very much for pledging, and if you'd like to join the Patreon, there'll be a link in the description where you can get rewards like having your skin featured or seeing videos early. It's pretty cool. Next we have the Q&A. Thank you for posting questions in the previous video, and I'll go through some of them now. From Jacob, will there be any more animations including sword fights, etc.? I find them the most interesting, personally. Yeah, there should be. Omelette is working on an animation called Nether War, which features Alex and Steve, so clues in the name, there'll be quite a lot of fighting in that one, and I can see there being quite a few sword fights in there too. I believe some of the animations that we're doing next year will also have sword fights, so you can look forward to them. From Galaxy Universe, they say, question, what is your favourite animation? In terms of the BPS animations, Thomas mentioned Spider Attack, and Mont said Songs of War. For me, I'm a bit biased, but it kind of has to be Songs of War. From my own stuff, be worlds apart. But outside of BPS, both Mont and Thomas really like Arcane, although I think I'm the only person in the world who hasn't seen that show yet, so I can't say that. But in terms of movies, animated movies, Spider-Verse was pretty good. And for a series, I really like The Clone Wars. Some of the later stuff is just some of the best animated content I've ever seen. Mind Studios Craft asks, Halloween or Christmas? Well, everyone said Christmas when I asked them. I'd also say Christmas. I don't really do much for Halloween, whereas for Christmas there's usually, visiting family and a bit more celebration, so... Oh, excuse me. From Boca Animator, do you have any tips to make Blender work well on low performance computers? Well, yeah, a few tips. Mont was suggesting to make use of the collections feature in Blender, so to separate things into different collections, and then you can disable the ones that you're not currently using, which will speed up your performance, so you don't just have everything visible in Blender at once. What I like to do is cut out portions of the map that are close to the camera and put them in a separate collection, and then I can hide all the areas that aren't close to the camera in another collection, or put that into a different blend file and then reappend the kind of backdrop in later when it's ready to render. So then it's just completely out the blend file, and the huge area of map that's just not being used isn't draining the performance of Blender. Mont also mentioned just generally using smaller maps and fewer characters, because once you start adding a bunch of rigs into Blender, it really starts to take its toll. So few characters, short stories, small maps, a good place to get started, and then when you upgrade a computer, then you can start tackling some of the more intense scenes. And that's it for the questions, so thank you everyone for... I just clapped. Yeah, thank you everyone for submitting their questions. Woo! So in terms of why I'm no longer doing the community roundups, I'll just talk about the project that I'm going to be working on next. It's a project that I've been doing for a while, but I kind of took a step back from it to focus on just releasing something. So Pirate Derp is what I'm currently doing, which will release in a few weeks. But then once that's done, I'm going to return back to the previous project, which is Starfall. I did a recruitment video for it about a year ago, brought on some artists and modelers and riggers and builders and animators, and it's kind of been in the background for the past year or so. Most of the things that have been worked on are things like concepts and models and rigs and builds. There's even been some kind of music drafts written up to try and get the vibe of the animation. It's an original sci-fi Minecraft animation. It's got characters and voice acting, like spaceships and planets and aliens and stuff. And that's going to be taking up most of my time over the next few months. And that's kind of what I want to put all of my work time into, just really focus on finishing Starfall. It's one animation, it's a standalone animation. It's kind of works as a pilot, because I didn't want to commit to something too huge and then not follow through on it. So it's a standalone, it's one thing, and then we'll see from there. Over the next few weeks, I'm planning on returning to just getting some of the more builds set up. There's still some building left to do before we start animating, But most of the other stuff, like the voice acting's all done, that's all recorded, I have all those lines, and I'm hoping to have it all finished by the summer of next year. So that's kind of where I want to prioritize my work time. So I've left the door open to have people, do the community roundup if they want to, or resume the render challenges. But for me, I'm taking a step back so I can just focus my time on Starfall. It's a really cool project, so I do think people are going to enjoy it. It makes me excited just thinking about getting back to it. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. That's that. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for watching the community roundups especially. It was fun to bring them back, but for now I'd like to focus on Starfall. Thank you for submitting renders. The renders are always really cool to see, and thank you for asking questions. It's always interesting to see what people are curious about. In terms of animations, we have 2 more to release before the year ends, so there's plenty left to look forward to this year. If you are celebrating this year, have a happy holidays, and we'll see you in the new year. Alright, bye!